What's up, YouTube? It's been a minute, guys. We dropped a couple videos like a week ago. We're back on it. Tournament's over. We did well. We did 25th out of 177 boats, guys. I couldn't complain. I could have had a better day, and it all starts with practice. A lot of things that I did in that tournament, I did not practice. I did not practice the jerk bait in shallow water. Something I didn't do because I didn't think about it. I thought they'd be deeper than that. But there's a lot of things you got to do, you know, when it comes down to these tournaments. You got to prepare for all situations. I did not. So we did pretty good. Got a check. That was cool. Caught a nice sized fish. Had a good day on the water, you know. But still want that #1 spot, guys. At least the top 10. So we're gonna keep working. And right now we pulled up to a familiar place. I'm gonna be fishing with a lot of baits that, you know, that I usually generally fish early summer, but since the 70-degree weather is set in and there's no cold fronts in the future, at least that we know of now, we'll go ahead and work the summertime pattern or late spring pattern and see what happens. Stay tuned. All right, guys, we're working the stick bait. Right now the grass has come up. You know what time it is. This thing is usually covered in moss. So with these coming up and kind of taking over a lot of the shallows, ooh, missed one. Taking over shallows, we're gonna kind of work a weightless bait, Texas rig, Senko, see if we can get a bite off that, and probably throw a buzz bait around a couple times. It's starting to get overcast out here because it's getting later in the day, so we might see if we can get a topwater bite. That's some strong grass. Alright, guys, that is some strong grass right here. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna work around these trees, because a lot of times when the sun's been up all day, they'll stay in that cover, that wood cover over here. So we're gonna try to toss our stick bait in between these trees and see what happens. Oh, yeah, there we go. I'm gonna throw her out there, but I'm gonna watch my line. A lot of times you throw out there, take your eyes off the line, they'll take off, have it deep down in the throat, and you hook them. Since it's spawning season, we don't want to hook any of the big females or any of the males at that. We want to be able to protect the nest and lay the eggs, have no problems in the spawn season. All right, guys, we're gonna throw a moving bait. See what we can get. like to make repeated casts to the same spot, especially with a buzz bait. But once you get their attention, you want to try to keep it. If you go and cast 5 to 10 foot the other way, he's gonna have to chase that bait down. Once I get him turned around and looking at it, I want to make sure I keep it around him in the vicinity where he can get to it easier. Makes it more tempting for him. I put a little pop to it sometimes just to get his attention. And if there's multiple fish there, you can get them. Even after you catch the first one, you can get that second one. It does reach the 40s sometimes. So what that could do is, even though the days are warm, it could cool that night down, because you got to think about it. You got 8 to 9, maybe 10 hours where that water can be cooling down, or at least the top part of it. So we're going to start reaching it with a chatterbait. Ooh, a lot of grass out there. What we're gonna do is, guys, they probably moved to the shallows. It was warmer earlier today. A lot of times we get some real warm weather, like 78, maybe 80 degrees. It'll heat up them shallow areas and they'll push them bait fish off in there, and the bass will follow up in there too. So right now I'm seeing the wind is starting to push more towards to the back of us, to the back of this creek or this swamp. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna follow this trail around here, get up under where that shade is, because it was sunny all day. Maybe we got a couple still hanging in there, a couple big girls. And once it starts to get darker, we'll venture out when they start to move out of that grass. Stay tuned. All that rain. Look at that. I mean, all them little swamps. Here's the sad part. If it stays raining and it stays flooded, or if the river gets flooded again, and it stays in here, this will be just like this. Because this was dry at one time. So I say that right there, give it 2 years, if it stay like this, 2 years of have fishing. Got a topwater bite on, double bladed buzz bait, got one. us a couple more bites, guys. Stay tuned. Water is very rough. Got this side over here. It's so rough to run that buzzbait across this water. You got these little 6.5 inch to like 8.5 inch waves knocking that buzzbait left and right. Usually they'll trigger a bite. So what I'm doing is, I'm trying to make sure I keep that buzzbait rolling. You know, I keep it popping across there, look like a shad trying to get away from it. There we go. Definitely must be a storm rolling in. Clouds everywhere, sun's still trying to peek out a little bit. Perfect conditions if the air pressure is dropped. Perfect conditions for a big bass. Target this. Got a stick up over there. Trying to target it. All right, gonna move down just a little bit. Yeah? Nice.